cut the song short so we can start this recap up. Man. Oh yeah, I gotta fix the video broadcast. Let's turn that to clean background video. Virtual background. Remove. There you guys go. Cool. Alright, so I don't remember what day this was. Let's go check the internets. When was the Carolina Classic? Let's see. Alright, Carolina Classic was when? The 17th of last month. Alright, so we're a month late. Exactly a month. That's cool. Alright, so we were on Lake James. There was a little bit of rain prior. And I think this is the first ramp we checked for practice. Yeah, up here. Because I went back here. But just to get an idea, I don't remember where I launched at, to be honest. We stayed somewhere in the south, and then I launched. Ugh, this place is a blur. I just want to forget it. That's how bad it was. The place was ass. We went down here to the main launch. So that means I launched here then? No. The hoot? Oh, I launched here. Yeah, that's where I launched at. Cool. Yep. That is where I launched. Alright. So I'm not muted. Everything is good. So let me hit it off. Lake James, May 17th. Air temp was rainy in the morning, so I think we were in the 70s. Huge thunderstorm. And then midday, we went into the high 80s, and it was just disgustingly hot. Tournament was supposed to start at 6:30. I think it got pushed an hour, or like 7. Yeah. And what we found in practice was every open dock here with a Okashira head, Megabass jig head with a little helicopter. We found that with a Kitech or any type of any thumping paddle tail worked. Tournament day, oh shoot, we also practiced way up here. We caught an 18.5 inside this stand-up bowl. I said stand-up. The flooded bullgrass with the rain. I really think we should have went back up there, but hey, it is what it is. So we fished all of this stuff. We also found in practice offshore on our day 2 of practice right here, somewhere in this area, there's a grass pile within 16 feet. In that 16 feet, I was able to drop shot. I pulled up a bluegill. What's up, Waves? It's here but lurking. Don't worry about it, Waves. So we picked up a bluegill, a flathead catfish, and a bass off of this one grass, little grass area down there on a drop shot. One was on drop shot, and I think one was on a free rig. But yeah, nonetheless, we caught all 3. So our whole game plan was to run docks, get out here, run docks, and then check out the grass pile. Tournament day, we ran a lot of the docks. All of our fish moved. I didn't make the right adjustments. We only caught 2 fish. We caught 1 fish here, and I think we caught 1 fish over here. The 1 fish here we caught on a jig in 17 feet on a brush pile. And then the other fish we caught, and this was a smallmouth. And we caught a spotted bass over here on the Okashira head. No. It was at a dock. I can't remember which one it was. It was a main lake, and it was a family there. So I want to say it was probably this one. right here, or no, it was one of these. It was another dock right here, and that's where we caught it. So either that one or that one, and then I came over here and I lost one here. Um, we did go and try the offshore spot. There was a lot of pleasure boaters out midday, and a lot of people were. It was sketchy for me. There was wind, and it was really sketchy. I didn't want to stay out there. Started having PTSD, so I moved my way back. Plus, there was also a lot of people beaching their boats over there, so definitely wasn't worth it. So we finished the tournament with two. I think we ended up in like, I don't know. It was pretty bad. Like middle of the pack. Don't even want to think about it. Lake James, thank you for having us. We were gone. So let's head over to Lake Norman. This was for the Native No Limit Bass Power Hour. Very, very fun event. I always enjoy doing it. I hate Lake Norman, so definitely didn't enjoy the lake, but it's Lake Norman. So plan here, don't practice. Yeah, what's up, Alakon? The plan was don't practice, don't overthink it, go down to Blythe and fish. So that's what we did. We went all the way down here, wherever the launch is, right here. We came down to Blythe, and we just stayed around this area for the most part. I think the furthest I went out was here. Yeah, the furthest I went out was this point here. I think, yeah, I stopped when I saw the marina back here. So I didn't really go back here and try this stuff. But, yeah, the furthest I stopped was somewhere in this area. Looking back at it, I should have went out of Ramsey's Creek, wherever that is. I think that's already over here, because then I would have probably fished a lot of the stuff that I was going to fish anyway, but more docks. And I think there's more grass on this side, too. But it is what it is. Live and learn. But yeah, so Lake Norman started off as a complete bust. Water temperature when we got there, Blythe is a little bit hotter. So in the morning it was at 82, or it was at 81 and some change. By mid to late day, I think the temperature on the water was 87 and some change, almost 88. So the plan was fish around the launch and figure stuff out. So we did that in the morning, and I don't know what happened. Like the fish that were here, they just weren't fishing. I saw a lot on scope. I saw a lot on top water, just blowing up, but they just would not commit to anything I was throwing. So our morning was pretty much ruined. Our first 2 hours, I think I caught my first fish. I think I caught my first fish here. I think this is the one with the underwater boat dock. No, here it is right here. I caught my first fish here. This has the boathouse, and this was on a popper. I think I posted that video on social. So that was my first fish of the day around 8:15. I lost two fish here. I had to switch out my no, I lost them here. I had to switch out my shaky head hook. It was definitely warping. It was very loose. So on hook sets, it would open up a lot more than it needed to. And on spotted bass, you don't need a hook opening up with a fish that pulls and jumps all day. So we lost two here. We caught one here, and I think we caught a non-squirrable. All the fish here have to be over 14 inches. So that was the gift and the curse of Lake Norman. You got to really dial in the normal size of fish on Lake Norman. So we fished all the way around, nothing. We fished all the way up here, nothing. So then we decided to head back. I think this was about 11 so, because I was getting tired of not catching fish in Lake Norman. You're supposed to only catch a whole bunch of dinks. So we came over here, and I caught two scoreable fish off of these grass blotches. This grass is growing in 6 feet. I threw a Nico rig into the grass, into any hole I saw, and as I was popping it through all the grass, it would get snatched up. I missed one fish, but I caught two there. And then what saved my day is somewhere out here, there is a brush pile and Christmas tree together, and there was a wolf pack of bass that just kept circling it. And I was able to catch 4 bass in I want to say it was in 7 minutes. I would have to go back and check the the Tourney X log, but I think it was about 7 to 8 minutes. I caught the 4 fish, and I was throwing a oversized drop shot, a power shot. I was throwing a 3/8 ounce drop shot with a 2/0 EWG. Might have been, no, I think it's a 3/0 EWG with a Magnum shaky head worm, green pumpkin. And I kid you not, as soon as it got into the water and it was like falling, they would find it. And I mean, I only had to like jiggle it and they were taking it. Yo, what's up, K Flow? How you been? So that was saving grace. I caught 5 fish off of the brush pile within all the way until about, I think the tournament ended at 2:30. We got off the water at 1:45. So really, really good. We didn't stay for the weigh-in. I think the winning length was like 300 and some change because my man was catching them. And I think after that was like a low 200, and then after that a high 100. So you had to be catching them, like you had to be on them, and I was not, and I definitely felt it. I should have changed my gears when I knew I wasn't on them to just go head hunting, like start running all the way into like dirtier water and looking for like a monster largemouth. The gentleman who won it, I think he ended the day with a 22-inch largemouth, and that got him a native watercraft Titan X. So really good tournament. Enjoyed it. Wish I would have done better. But I mean, you can only get out what you put in practice wise, or so I thought, because our next tournament we're coming into is Tuckertown Reservoir. I have not been to Tuckertown in a minute, so this tournament was for CKA. This is one of the local trails here, and I have to do 6 tournaments, 5 which are on the trail series, and the 6th one being our season-ending called the Gate City Classic. So I thought that the Carolina Classic would count. The Carolina Classic might have count, or the Kayak Adventure Series didn't count. That's what didn't count. I think Carolina Classic counts. So I'm about 4 events in, because this was the 5th event, and I only missed 1 of their events. So I have to do 1 more event to get my 5th event, which is going to be Reese Lucas Lakes, and then I will probably do the Gate City and then see where everything falls. Points wise for CKA, I think I'm somewhere in that like low teens. So as long as I'm under 25, I think we're doing good for the season. So here's Tuckertown Reservoir, very dirty lake, and it holds so many big fish because of how nutrient rich it is. But plan here, I didn't practice. It was to attack the Tuckertown Dam, or the High Rock Dam, wherever it's at. Let's see if we can find it. I don't think I can just blindly find it. I'm never that good. Oh, I found it. I'm never really that good. So this was our first launch. We got here at tournament started at 6:30, so we hit the water at 6:57, and then we were out here. Ton of catfish, ton of carp, ton of white bass. I got bit on my spinnerbait maybe 3 times. I stayed here for about an hour. I fished all the way up to the dam, right here to this running water, and then I went all the way down to here on this corner, and then out here on the rocks. So this was all slow moving water. It wasn't really kicking up. I think when I got there it was at 1100 was it CFMs or CFSs, which is like the cubic feet per second. So it wasn't too heavy, wasn't too dangerous. I did look. One of the other guys in the club showed me it at 6 o'clock p.m. and they pushed water out. It went from 1,100 up to 8,300, which is extremely dangerous for anybody on the water. But yeah, that was fun. So we stayed here for an hour and we couldn't find anything. So I went 11 minutes south, wherever the main road is, I went down this road, I think. Might have been this road. I don't know. Yeah, it might. There's a park here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the park? There it is, right here. So here's the park. I forgot the name of it, but this is one of our legal launches. Ugh. So I came down here and launched. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all water temperature. Water temperature at Tuckertown at the dam, it was 73. It was super cold, comparative to the rest of the lake. When I got here at this ramp, the water temperature was 70. No, it was 82. Yeah, it was pretty warm. It was like in that 80 82 range. When we ended the day, the water temperature was 86. But we came here. I have never fished this area before. This was my first time. I just knew that I just needed to catch one fish to be on the board, and I had to try to figure them out because I've never been here. Big shout outs to Brian Latimer and the Straight Up Fishing community, because our last conversation was fishing grass and not overthinking and how to find fish. Huge big ups to them, because I would have never, I mean, I would have, but I wouldn't have done it so fast since I didn't know the area and I already knew what power baits I wanted to fish. I kind of tried to figure out that perfect medium. So I was going to use a popper. I was going to use a Nico rig because I know that there's the grass here and I wanted to fish around it, and I wanted to use a swimming worm. So I used the Zoom speed worm. So those are my three baits that I knew I always wanted to keep on me and keep using at any point in time. Spinner bait, maybe, if I can get around the what is it called, the black mat algae. That's huge here. It looks like a wig when it dries out, but I needed to get around that stuff, and that stuff is horrible. So fishing here, I started at the ramp. I went all the way to this corner. I think it was this corner. Okay, I came down here. These guys were fishing here. Yeah, so I fished this corner here, and this point. Then I came back and I fished this area right here, and then the bridge. I got nothing. So then I came out here and ran straight to this point right here, and this point right here I lost a biggin. Since I think I still have it, so I think we can watch it, right? Let's see. Videos. Yeah, I still have it. So watch it. So right here, didn't look like a big hit, but look at that. Oh shoot, I hit stop. I didn't mean to hit stop. And this was a Stanley ribbit, and I did not have the setup for it. Did not have the setup for it. Look at this. Look at that mouth. Look at that fish. Holy moly. I caught my first landlocked Atlantic salmon over the weekend. Dang, dude. Congrats, K-Flow. Congrats. So, yeah. What you guys hear squeaking is the new dog with the toy while I have the wife on the phone. And sure enough, came right off. So that was my first heartbreak at that point. And kind of clued me in that they were still attacking moving baits, which was good. So that kind of secured me on thinking I could either throw a frog, add that into the mix, or I can throw that swimming worm. So we ran the bank line, and it was just magical. So all along this bank line, I was probably going not even, probably half a mile per hour, and just casting at everything on the bank where it looked like there should have been a fish. So just to put everything in perspective, I didn't even get to this point until I probably pedaled. I think it took me 2.5 hours to get here. So I ran this whole bank line from here to here in 2.5 hours. That's how slow I was going. But in that 2.5 hours, I caught some fish, all on the worm. And then we came around here, and I think there's a cutaway somewhere. It might have been this one or another one. But there was a cutaway, and I threw a frog, and it got smacked by a bass, and I threw my Nico rig in there, and I was able to catch that. I'll bring up that clip. Let's see. Here it is. So there's an opening in this black mat algae, as y'all see, and then sure enough, swung and a miss, and I mean this thing came up with a whole wig. Like it just had like, so the fish must have grabbed it and pushed it down into the mats of algae, and then just like the hooks could never get into the fish because there was so much debris inside of its mouth. But I was like, okay, let me just hop in here and try something else with it. So right behind me, I had the Nico, grabbed that and slung that in there, and it took a couple of casts. I think it took me about 5 or 6 casts in there, and eventually, let me get back to that. Yeah, so it's probably the fish. So I'm still just pecking at that opening, just swimming it through, and sure enough, he locks it in and starts swimming. I didn't know how big the fish was, but I assumed if it ate a frog, it's going to be good, so I kind of just played this one as best as I could. And then when it started slapping on the top, I was like, oh yeah, we probably got a monster. Just hold on tight. Clean up the deck and hold on tight. Yep, perfect. There you go. So that was a really, really good fish. And I think that was probably my second to last fish that was actually scoreable, like, you know, cold. That was my last fish that cold, but second to last fish caught the day. And that secured a second place. We pulled in like 86 inches just running this bank line and catching that one fish. And that gave us second place. Winning was Drew with 91. But I'm pretty sure that fish that we lost would have either tied us or put me up a little bit. But that's fishing. Can't really do too much about that. So that covered our May to June. I wanted to clean that out as fast as possible. I've been holding on to all that information and talking points, and I really needed to get that out just for my sanity going forward. This weekend is a tournament. I won't be attending it. It is Queen City Kayak Bass Fishing. I made that decision today. Queen City Kayak Bass Fishing, Raleigh Ruckus, and I think they'll be fishing Jordan, Falls, and Sharon Harris, our three main lakes. So good luck to anybody that's watching that's going to be out there. I'll probably try to get out this weekend to Buckhorn Reservoir. The Brian Latimer Straight Up Fishing Tournament monthly started today, so I'm trying to get some fish on the board this week. Hopefully I can do it at Buckhorn. If not, I'll probably try to see if I can take a day off or see if anybody can cover for me at work and probably get out. But thank y'all so much for coming in and watching. Thank y'all for the support. K-Flow, once again, congrats. Waves, thanks for the lurk. And Alicon, man, appreciate you all, as always, man. Y'all have a great one. I'll probably see y'all next time I go live sometime this week. If it's not sometime during the weekday, definitely I'll catch y'all on Saturday. Y'all be safe on the water. Y'all be nice. Have a great one, and be safe out there.